Hello. It's a nice quiet Saturday. This is the Saturday before Easter, and I wanted to do something creative and quiet today. I've been making soap dough flowers. Here is one of them, and I thought I'd bring you along as I'm making them. I have been so inspired by Beautiful Soaps by Glenda and love spending time watching her create, and so I decided that I would make some soap dough and work with that. This is one of the rosebuds that I made, and I put some leaves on there earlier, and I think they're a little bit too thick. So what I'm going to do is make a little ball with some of my soap dough. I flatten it out so that it is wider than it is long, and just pinch and pinch and pinch until I get it at the thinness that I'd like it to be. So we start from this side, and I just roll it very tightly until it's all rolled up, and that creates my little center part of my soap right there. And I could use that as a little bud as well, but then I take another piece of the dough, which is a little bit bigger, and do the same thing. Roll it in my hands and then press it out. And then I try to crimp the edges of it so that it looks flatter on the edges. And then I start right near where the end of the other one is. And I just roll it, wrap it around like that. And it makes another little section. Now, if I want this to be more of a large blossom, then I will take these ends and crimp them back so that it creates more of a lip for the flower, like that. Now I'll take another one and just continue adding to them. So this one is a little bigger, and I'm going to start right there where I ended that one and set it down a little bit and just let it wrap itself around like that. That puts an even larger bloom on that, and some of the soap dough kind of cracks when I turn it, so I just leave it that way because sometimes the rose petals crack as well, and I just keep on doing that until the bloom is the size that I want it to be. So I made all of these soap doughs up with oxides, and I did them with lard. I used the recipe from Sorcery Soaps that was there, and as you can see, it's kind of crumbly actually. When I first took it apart, I thought, oh no, I've really done it now, but I've tried to keep it nice and contained inside of this. But I just love working with soap dough because it's like working with clay, but it cleans up all you gotta do is put some water on it and a rag and it cleans right up. So I'm just working this dough and getting it more pliable so that I can make my little leaves out of it. But we're just gonna take some of this chromium green oxide soap dough and we're gonna kind of elongate it and kind of flatten it out, making it more long than wide. Flatten it out like that. And I'm gonna point the end so it looks sort of like a rose leaf. And it doesn't have to be a perfect shape. And then I'm gonna figure out what it's gonna look like when it's sitting on my petal and how long I want that to be. And I think I'm gonna take a little bit of it out right there and round the bottom. And then what I've done is I take my fingernail and I just push it in like that to make that crinkly look in the leaf. Can you see that? And then I do the same thing on the other side of it so that it looks more like a rose leaf. And then I take my finger and I just take a line up the top, up the middle like that. I don't know if you can see that. And then put tiny little lines coming out from that with my fingernail just to make it look more detailed, like a leaf. And then I take a tad bit of water. I've got water in a cup right here. Just barely touch my finger to it and rub the back of the leaf. And then I want to place this in a strategic spot on this and put it right there and press it down onto the bud. And then the very bottom of it, I really press that into the bud like that. And then that's what it looks like. I like it. Oh, that's what it looks like. I've decided to give you a different angle on this process, and we'll fast forward through it because I'm sure you don't want to see every single section that I put on my little rose. I'm also doing a leaf in that position as well. I will place information about Beautiful Soaps by Glenda and Sorcery Soaps in the description box below so that you can be inspired by their creations. The YouTube community and Facebook community of soapers has been such an inspiration to me, and I've learned so much, and I appreciate each one of them. I am also very thankful for those of you who are supporting Lauren KR's Naturals and LKR Soap and Such. I've had a passion for years to create healthy skin typed products, and it's been a pleasure to explore and to make that possible for so many of you, and to be able to have that creative outlet as well. Every life is precious, and We need to be concerned about those that are around us. You never know what someone else is facing, what kind of heartaches they might be going through, especially at this time of our lives when life is so uncertain. So I'm trusting that you are all well and will stay well, and that you will be taking care of yourselves and encouraging one another as best you can. It's been such a pleasure to be with you right now, and I trust that you will all have a wonderful day, and God bless.